Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in for another one of my videos. We're on the Yes front today and we're looking at this new live release that they brought out from 1976. Roosevelt Stadium, New Jersey, 17th of June. Famous broadcast of Yes on the Relayer, well, in the Relayer period. But obviously this is the 1976 solo album tour, which followed directly on from the Relayer tour. So we've got Patrick Moraz on keyboards, still with the band, and by this time he's much more attuned to playing the Yes tracks live, and as a result I would say as a generality the 76 performances by Moraz were much improved upon his 75 tour experience. Not to say that wasn't great as well, but if you look at things like the QPR 75 recording where he struggles during Close to the Edge, and some of the other tracks he's not quite on the ball, 76 generally was a much better tour for Moraz. And so here we have a complete radio broadcast officially released of Yes absolutely going for it, hook, line and sinker, massive show, and it's just a fantastic thing, and how brilliant it is that they brought this out officially. Now what I will do is first of all talk about the sound. The sound quality on this record is pretty good. I've compared it with, most of you will have bootlegs of this, I'm sure. So that's the one of the bootlegs that I kept because it's in this nice digipack, well not digipack but a slip case, that Highland did a very special version of this broadcast. Gold discs, beautiful Roger Dean snake on them, and they did this slipcase which is absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. Now the sound on that hasn't really been improved in subsequent bootleg reissues in my experience, to my knowledge. The only problem with this was that the bass was a bit boomy. So I think what Highland did in Japan for this, because radio broadcasts by their very nature are flattened out, they kind of oomphed the bass, which gave it a lovely warm feel and really full sound, a great experience to listen to that all the way through. But in parts the bass is a bit too boomy, and so yeah, it's not perfect. Now the sound on this, which is playing at the moment, I'll just crank that down a little bit. I think the sound on this is pretty good. So the bass is correct, all the elements are clean, clear. It's an off-air recording, I'm sure they've just taken it from a pristine tape of the recording, they haven't gone back to the masters from the radio station or anything like that. So I don't think we should be grumbling about the sound quality. Anybody who's not familiar with radio broadcasts, so don't know the sort of ins and outs between how they master it at the time, how it's produced when it's going out on air live, you're always going to get slight things where it doesn't sound right. So it's not like the technician studio spent 3 months on it and then put it out on the radio. That doesn't happen, or it didn't happen in the 70s. 75 certainly in America. This is just syndicated, put out on the radio pretty much as it happened, and they got the mix pretty good as far as I was concerned. So the thing to say is this is a fantastic experience of Yes, absolutely going hell for leather, playing fantastic tracks. I mean, I just adore the Relayer album. The older it gets, the better I love it. And yeah, the other thing I compared it to was obviously the remastered version that we did, which was in part of this deluxe box set that we made as part of the Golden Ticket series. So this is full of stuff, and that's got stuff from, what was the other show that we did? Detroit. That's right, Detroit 76 and Roosevelt Stadium. So discs 3 and 4 in this were the Roosevelt Stadium. So I've compared it with our remastering that we did. Now, without blowing my own trumpet too much, I think our remastering is slightly better insofar as the bass and the drums are a bit more distinct and a bit more there. So Chris Squire's bass is definitely more prominent on ours than it is on this. And obviously we were careful to make sure it wasn't boomy or anything, so a lot of time was spent on the rhythm section, keeping it clean and clear. It's all on YouTube if you check it out. So really sound wise, yeah, quite happy with that. So triple album, the last side's got nice etching, so nothing worth showing you on the others because they're black vinyl. But here you've got, let's get it the right way around. So you've got this, it's the same as they did on the Rainbow 72 Record Store Day thing. Beautiful Yes logo etched onto the disc, and yeah. So non-playing sides, you get 5 sides of music. Unfortunately, they've had to move the order around to get it onto the vinyl. So Heart of the Sunrise, which came before Ritual on the show, they've moved to the last disc to come after Ritual and before the Encore. So in terms of presenting this, they've given us this Roger Dean sleeve, which is lovely painting, as all his are. I'm not sure it's a brand new one he's done specifically for this album. I suspect that it's a painting that he had in stock, but I might be wrong. But whatever, it's a lovely thing. So there we've got it with the trees, and there we've got it without the trees and the rocks. So obviously you've got a rock here at the foreground, trees to the side, mid-ground, and then there that's all taken off, and you've just got the scenery. So very, very nice. But it's not a gatefold sleeve, so it doesn't open out. And what information have they given you? There's no inserts. There's the band members, the track listings, and then just the credits at the bottom. It says produced by Eddie Offord. So, should we be satisfied with that? I know exactly what they're doing. It's 50 years, pretty much to the day that this was recorded. It's been bootlegged numerous times. So, get it out on the 50th anniversary or thereabouts, and you avoid the possibility of it being released unofficially because the copyrights run out. So you could say this is rushed out. There certainly wasn't a lot of advance notice that they were doing it, maybe a couple of months, less than that, 6 weeks when we first heard about this coming out. So they don't give it any special treatment, shall we say. Now, you don't expect them to do this. You know, this is just a fan thing. You know, that's sat in the bottom of there, and if you look back at my video, you'll see the lavish nature of what we did with this thing. But if I just give you an example, I mean, we did this book, which is, I think, about 36 pages, and it is crammed with information. In fact, I've never. So it's absolutely crammed with pages of information, live photographs, memorabilia, stories about the show, stories about the recordings, stories about the performance, stories about whatever you want to know. So we did this book. Took a lot of time and effort to put together. Not expensive to print, really. And I'm very proud of the things we went through to put these books together. So that's a book celebrating the 76 tour. But we don't get any book. We don't get even a folded bit of paper with some, not a live photograph in sight. So maybe no live photographs. Perhaps the show was a bit boring to look at. Perhaps it was, there's nothing much to see. It was all about the music. We all know that's not true, don't we? We all know that 1976 was famous for Yes reaching the peak of their extravagance in terms of putting on a show. But you wouldn't know it from that. You would not have a clue what the show looked like if you bought that without knowing previously. So I assumed when it first got advertised it would at least be a gatefold sleeve, and a bit like Yes shows, inside you'd have a Roger Dean painting on the outside, and inside you'd have maybe at least 4 little photographs of the live show. Not at all. So why? Because it would take somebody a couple of days to spend time putting it together. You can't tell me they haven't got the ability to get the rights to some photographs. Obviously we're doing this without any rights at all. It's not for sale, it's not a commercial thing, it's just for ourselves. So, but come on, huge record company, they could have at least put something in there. Even if they'd have put the inner sleeves, it's all nice to have polyline sleeves, but you could do printed sleeves with maybe live shots on the printed sleeves. That would be something extra nice to take out of that, what is otherwise a completely tedious sleeve. So minimum cost expended, minimum time spent on it. Roger, can you do us a painting? Yeah, okay, that'll be X amount of quid. That's it. The sound is nice, happy with the sound, but I think as I said, with those Rush bootlegs that came through on CD, they were so gorgeous that they warrant having something a bit more elaborate. So we're putting a box together for that. And if you remember, the Yes Wembley test pressings, which rightly or wrongly came out, we put our own sleeve together to house them, to make that something far more appealing to have as a Yes fan or as a Yes collector. So we just put that together, sit on the shelf, yeah. So we're going to do that with this. So we're going to make our own sleeve for this album. Obviously we'll incorporate elements of the existing sleeve, but we're going to make something more fitting for what was a fantastic tour to look at. I caught Yes in 77, so I missed 76 by a year, but of course I'm not American, so I probably wouldn't have been over there to see it anyway. So I'll show you what we come up with at the end of the day. But I think I'm not criticising the release that much because it's not expensive. I think it was less than about £35 through Amazon. And yeah, I mean it's that bears no relation to anything that was happening in 1976. You can have that on live shows from the current period, which they have been doing, so everything in the last 15 years that's come out live has had a kind of Roger Dean sleeve like this, and that's perfectly in keeping because it's modern day Yes and it's modern day Roger, and that's fine, but I don't think that really suits a Yes live recording from 1976 unless you put something inside to show what the show was all about. Say something about it at least. Wouldn't have cost a lot more money. But as it is, for a cheap thing, it's not special. It's not treated as anything special. I mean, just listen to that music that's going on behind me. Has every band ever played anything like this ever? Before, since, no. It's absolutely unique music. Performed fantastically by a band at their peak. It should be treated with absolute, like gold dust. It should be treated as if it's going to get some huge, proper release that we can savour. We don't mind forking out 100 quid for it if it's going to be really, really lavish. That's nothing at the end of the day. And I'm sorry, you know, this is the mindset we've got with Yes these days. Don't give a toss, really. I'm glad that they brought it out, and I'm enjoying it as an album to play. It's great to have it on vinyl, of course it is. I mean, Mark's LP on bootleg, which I had various times, sold my last copy of it, but that wasn't anything you played. That was just a precious bootleg you kept on the shelf and tried to keep clean. But this is a lovely thing, and we're not disparaging it. We're just saying, okay, but. So we'll show you whatever we put together down the line when it's done. But as it is, we're grateful to have it, and just listen to that. Isn't that amazing? So thanks for watching. I'm sure you've got your own views on it, and yeah, let's just stick with enjoying Yes for what they did, because there'll never be another one. Will there be another one. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you for the next one, which should have a few bootlegs coming through. Some more box sets. Oh yes. Keep tuning. See you again soon.